NAB 2025. We're still here on the Net Insight doing one of 3 videos here, and with Jonathan, you're going to tell us a little bit about a project that you've been working on. You presented at SVG recently. It sounded interesting. Tell us some more.
Yeah, absolutely. So we were lucky this year to work with Globecast, a big global service provider, with one of their end customers. That end customer is Premier Padel.
Yep.
And so if you've not played padel before,
not played it.
You should.
Yeah.
But padel is actually the fastest growing sport in the world right now.
Yeah.
So it's seeing kind of 25% year-on-year growth as a sport, and there's now over 26 million players across 110 countries worldwide. And it's an interesting game, and its recipe is really about accessibility. So it's a racket sport, and it's within a tennis-like court, but a self-contained court, and anyone from kind of 5 to 75.
It's a hybrid between a tennis and a squash court in a way.
A little bit. So absolutely, it's got some similarities. It's got a glass back wall. The ball tends to stay in play, so rallies are long. It's quite easy to pick up a racket and get started. It's by default a doubles game, so it's very kind of inclusive, and it fits social settings and leisure environments really well. So a very interesting sport.
So how did you help them?
So it's interesting. So the end customer is the tour, backed by the International Federation, Padel Federation. The tour is Premier Padel. They're funded by the Qatari Sports Investment Group.
Okay.
Also involved with teams like PSG, and they see this as a really important growth area for racket sports in general.
Yeah.
So that tour is 25 plus events worldwide during the year, truly globally distributed as well, everywhere from Riyadh in Saudi Arabia, Miami, Buenos Aires, Paris. And as a growing kind of sport, I think that brings some challenges. So traditionally they were broadcasting the main feed from 8 events worldwide using satellite to provide that. A weekend of event, 10 hours a day of broadcast, satellite contention for other sports at the weekend, could make that very difficult to scale. And there's pressures on the satellite industry for media generally at the moment. That means that was a difficult proposition for a growing sport. So we partnered with Globecast. Globecast use our Nimbra Edge internet delivery system. They provide that as a service to the end customer, and it means that now they're using just ubiquitous connectivity in order to deliver these sporting events from around the world.
So how does it help? I mean, you're just taking them out of the satellite environment, but giving them a reliable delivery.
Yeah, exactly. So Globecast is a tier 1 service provider, have provided satellite services for decades. Yeah. And so they were looking for a solution that could fit into their portfolio that allowed more accessible connectivity using internet delivery. But in order to do that, you have to make sure you're architecting a solution in a way to make sure that internet delivery is as reliable as that kind of tier 1 satellite distribution has been for all these decades. And Nimbra Edge is the platform that really delivers on that in the way we approach the delivery of feeds across internet connections.
Brilliant. So that sort of solution, where do you see other people, where do you see other customers coming from to get the same solution?
Yeah, so what we're seeing certainly in the sports market is it's all about kind of engagement and monetization at the distribution end. And what that means at the contribution end is you have to take more content. You have to get in-car footage, you have to get Court 2, Court 3, Court 4 footage. And so in the case of Premier Padel, if you want to follow your favourite player, if you were just taking one primary feed, your player could have been on Court 3 coming up through the rounds or something, and you can't follow them. So then you're not engaged with that event and that tournament.
Yeah.
When you move to, let's say, a more cost-effective delivery method that you're not constrained by bandwidth or contention, suddenly your ability to get this content up into your production environments and then create more outbound monetization opportunities, more fan engagement, really amplifies. So.
I hope this isn't a difficult question, but the connectivity on site, actually fundamentally the internet connection. How do you solve the challenges there?
Yeah,
or do you let the customer do it?
Yeah, exactly. The truth is things like business broadband connections to leisure facilities are now widely available.
Yeah.
And Premier Padel, when we talk about this growing event, they're playing at Roland Garros. They're playing at big venues. So good internet connectivity is absolutely available in these settings.
Yeah. So in general, it's not an issue because big pipes are coming in and out.
Exactly. Completely ubiquitous now. So
yeah, fair enough. Thank you very much. So if people want to, discuss it further, where do we send them? Remind them of the website.
Absolutely. You can, netinsight.net is where you can find information about what we do at NetInsight, but also if you, visit Globecast and talk to them about their service provision offerings.
Of course.
We work very closely together.
Thank you very much, Jonathan.
Thank you.
We've done another couple of videos here on the NetInsight booth, so seek them out. And for everything else that we've been doing at NAB 2025, it's kitplus.com.